We are down by the Thames in Brentford to once again combine our joint likes of football and walking, so come join us. We've just started at this liquidity sculpture behind us, and the last time we were here is when we were doing our London Canal Loop series of videos where we did all the canals in London. And at this point we jumped across the river to the other side using some special skills, I don't know, some special effects. We're not doing that today, we're staying on this side of the river. We're going to head up here to find Griffin Park, which is Brentford's old stadium that they no longer use and I believe has been demolished. So we'll go and see what that bit of ground looks like. And then we're going to head over to the Gtech Arena, is it?
Yep. To
have a look at their new stadium. And then we're just going to head off to a local park just to finish off the video, I think. Quite a nice view from these lounges up here. Although if you've got that low one, everyone else can see in. Right now we're going to head away from the river already, but don't worry, we'll be back down the river in a little bit. There are quite a lot of pubs down here. Walking from the car to our starting point today, we passed about, I think, 2 buildings on residential streets that were pubs and that are pubs, and one that used to be a pub and have been converted into houses. It seems like there are residential pubs around here. All the parking in this area mentions about having special conditions for event day Saturdays, because there's 2 stadiums around here now, although one that doesn't exist anymore, I think. Although it does tell you at the entrance to the area when an event day Saturday is, you have to be paying attention at that point to notice. Not today. Actually, as we're heading towards the ex-location of the football stadium, I suppose the large number of pubs does sort of make sense. The Griffin. Very square. Down here. Why is there a chair stuck? How many people do you reckon have tried to sit in that when being a bit drunk?
I don't know.
It is, but that won't stop a drunk person from trying. I can see the entrance to the stadium where all the security cameras are. This is what, Braemar Road?
Yeah.
What did I say the stadium was called? Griffin Park. So not named after its road then. EcoWorld London created Far and Beyond, site acquired. So this was the main entrance to Griffin Park, but is now a bit, even I'm not tall enough, time to get the monopod out. Okay, let's see what we can see. There's really not a lot there anymore. It is just complete nothingness. It's been completely knocked down. And just nothing at all. Just empty land. Shame. But mind you, they probably would have taken a bit of it over to the new stadium with them, because most clubs, I think, tend to do that, don't they?
Yeah.
They'll take like the foundation stone or something and put it in the new stadium. I was just having a look on Google satellite view of the old stadium that was here, and interestingly enough, EcoWorld seemed to be the sponsors of one of the stands and have now bought the plot, presumably to build houses on. I'll put some information on screen about who EcoWorld are. But yeah, interesting that one of the sponsors of the stands has now bought the plot. New sign, old sign. Here's another one of these pubs on the... This one looks more like a pub building. It looks less like they just turned a house into a pub with a lot of mobile phone infrastructure on the roof. As lovely as walking along the high street here is, I think we will head down to the river and walk along the riverfront, because that would be nicer. Now, we did walk through this park when we did our London Canal Loop. I cannot remember off the top of my head how long ago that was. It's probably longer ago than we care to admit. And it's had a lot done to it since then. It was pretty much just bare land, bare grass, and a bit of a building site when we last came past. I think we came out from this bit of the Thames path over here. I just realised I'm wrong. We didn't come through here on our London Canal Loop walk, because technically in the London Canal Loop walk we were on that side of the river, because we jumped across the river with teleportation powers. But of course what we actually had to do to make that CGI trick, that effects trick work, was we had to stand on this side. We then had to walk along the Thames path all the way up here to Kew Bridge, cross Kew Bridge, walk all the way back down the other side of the river, to then be on the other side of the river, to then walk all the way back up the other side of the river. So we did do this walk, but I don't think this bit is in one of the actual videos. It's a church stuck in between a travel lodge and some apartments, flats, whatever you want to call them, on this side.
But then when you look in the church windows, it doesn't look like a church.
That is a very good point. It does. It looks like the church is also flats as well, or a business centre or something. There are two museums we're going past on this one. One's the Musical Museum, one's the Museum of Water and Steam. I would love to pop into them and show you what's in there, but these are not your main central London museums that are free. These are private collections. And the charge is around sort of £12 per person for entry. So if we went to both of them, we'd end up spending like 50 quid on museum entry on this. So we'll go and have a look at the outside of them, see if we can see anything from the outside. But unfortunately, that's all you're getting today. Ooh, Wurlitzer. Do you reckon they probably have actually got a Wurlitzer in there then, haven't they? Unfortunately, that's all you can see from the outside, although that sign does make it look more like a train station than a musical museum. This mentions Kew Bridge pumping station. I think we'll see the building that was in a minute. That's the Water and Steam Museum, but this says the river quenches London's thirst only when its waters have been cleaned. We filter it through beds of sand, then pump it fast through pipes unseen. It's cleaned and unseen rhyme. I suppose if you push it a bit. And this is now a rather swanky sort of estate in the round. There's another pub, or ex-pub. Not really sure. So now this is definitely the old pumping station. Now the London Museum of Water and Steam. From the old to the new, this area seems to make its living now with sort of medium-rise residential homes. Ooh! I can see a Brentford badge just peeking out the corner there, so we'll be there in a minute. We were talking about different stadium names. It looks like technically it's called the Brentford Community Stadium. It's just then called the Gtech Stadium for sponsorship reasons. Another pub, Express Tavern. I quite fancy the sound of the ale cider food. So we're going over Kew Bridge railway station, which is down there. There's just another bridge. And we go first left here, all home stands. Away stand seems to take you straight into that wall there, and away fans go that way. So we're going to go this way. I'm really intrigued where these stairs go. I'm going down here first, actually. I don't know, it looks interesting. It looks colourful. They change. Oh, there's some on the ceiling as well. I'm guessing this is a crowd control space for the stadium, to do with where they'll direct people certain ways, and there'll be potentially it's the queuing down here to the station to then be loaded onto match day trains and all that. Interesting. So this is relatively new.
I think 2020.
2020, so you can see there's still, retail units and restaurant units that haven't been filled up yet under these new residential blocks right next to the Gtech Community Stadium. It's looking very shiny. Let's go and start up at this corner, shall we? Hashtag be together. Bum. Oh, and there's the EcoWorld offices. So this is gate A, so I'm going to call this the front of the stadium. So it looks like we can walk all the way around, so we're going to have a go at doing that. There you go, playing Spurs at home tomorrow. I'm going this way because it goes A and then B, so I'm going around in alphabetical order. Plus the shop, I think the shop is just round there, so if we go all the way round we can then go to the shop at the end.
Okay.
It's definitely closed today, it's looking rather dark. Actually, all the entrances look dark, the rest of it is lit. Because presumably there's staff around doing prep, ground staff doing prep for tomorrow and such.
And they'll be changing the changing rooms so that it's got Liverpool on it rather than
Spurs.
Spurs. That's because we're at Bournemouth.
You got some interview areas just at the entrance. All the sponsors on them. There's some fancy turnstiles here. Do you reckon that's for the players? No. It is sort of wedged in a little corner between two sets of rail lines. Staff entrances, catering staff, building services, bin store, building services. This is the boring side of the stadium. But again, plenty of space to move fans, to move supporters through. It's a relatively small stadium, actually. More big crowd control stairs. See where these go. Just sort of away and over the bridge. Community Sports, Brentford Football Club Community Sports Trust. I think the players' coach, as in the transport coach, not the teaching coach, probably comes in down here and then drops the players off somewhere down here. And then actually you wouldn't get a coach in there, would you? So the coach probably just parks on that red bit there, and then do you reckon the players go in through there? That's why there's all extra branding on this side. That would make sense. And there's a big gate there they can close to keep unruly fans out. And then you've got railway on this side as well.
I just found that on the floor.
What is it?
It's a Brentford and Liverpool
ticket
thing.
I'm not actually sure entirely where the shop is from here. Oh, I can see it says there, just there, B Superstore over the bridge, I think. Yeah, so big gate. So I think once the team coach has come through here, they probably close this off, and this bit here becomes the staff area, team area, and then these are your various. Actually, these are probably only exits, aren't they? Maybe entrances. They don't have any letters. All the letters are up there. And mind you, there's another massive set of gates here as well. You get a feeling they've pushed this this boundary as far out on the seats before they're getting too close to the railway. Make it as large as they can. It's not a huge stadium, is it?
No.
It doesn't take very long to walk around it. Brentford Football Club would like to recognise and thank the following supporters who bought shares and bricks to back the club when its very existence was at risk. Good luck if you can read those. And this just says from day 1 2020. Oh, there you go, you're right, 2020. Oh, these are really small names. Oh, we found the pitch lights being stored out around here. We saw those, the lights were all on at Ipswich, weren't they? They're being stored out here. Oh, we've got a remembrance. Little tiny remembrance wall. What's that? World War One, World War Two, World War Two, World War One, World War Two. You've got film and TV services already setting up for tomorrow. I think I might be wrong. I think this is where the coach goes in. Actually, I think you can see right into the pitch there. If I keep still, yeah, I can see green. So just down there by these signs here is where we started. Some apartments going in here, which looks like it's replacing a load of old wooden shacks. So if you like, if you're a supporter, get an apartment here. We are going to head up over this bridge towards B's Superstore. Now this is an intriguing mix of businesses over here. You've got what looks like a couple of film stages, stage 1, stage 2A, but it's called Q Bridge Distribution Centre, and then you've got the B Superstore sort of stuck in here as well. And we've actually ended up the other side of the Sega offices, where here we've got Sonic. They are film stages. DD Ball Motion Picture, Indigo UK Film Company. Interesting. Oh, that's not the shop. I'm not sure what that is. I think this is the shop. Okay, it turns out the cabin is the sale items. There is actually a shop around here. Aha! That's not clear at all. Okay, we'll go in here. Right, suddenly it's all a lot less tranquil. In that you've got, this is the A4 down here underneath. That's the M4 up there on top. Motorway just running into London, you know, as they do. Ah, there we go. Carville Hall Park South. Carville Hall Park North is on the other side of the motorway. So it's sort of got split in half. I'm going to guess that's Carville Hall, given it's Carville Hall Park. Well, thank you for joining us for that walk and that look at what we're pretty sure is the newest stadium in the Premier League at the moment, at least until Everton move into their new stadium later this year. We do plan to go up and have a look at Liverpool and Everton, but that requires a lot more planning to get to than this sort of area. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Do watch various others in the series here. We've been to Burnley, Ipswich, Manchester. So there's a whole playlist of these videos to have a look back at. So thank you very much and have a great day.